we are back with another Age of Mythology casted game from the point of views of the players. So this is Kvoth. We are watching Kvoth play Kronos against Ulysses, AOT playing the Frey. So this is on the map Blue Lagoon. It is part of the EGC tournament Genesis. This is the losers bracket. So we're watching Kvoth, the Kronos player. So he is currently rank 1 and rank 2 on the in-game ladder, which is pretty ridiculous. So he was rank 1, decided to make a second account, not a Smurf, it's just the same name, just with 1H instead of 3, and he is currently rank 1 and 2. So he's obviously a strong player. So we'll see how he pilots the Kronos here against the Frey. So I'm surprised with the Frey pick on Blue Lagoon. Unless there's something that I don't know, but Blue Lagoon is a slightly more open map. There are some of these closed off points with the hills and stuff, but in general, it's a pretty open map. But it does look like this one's spawned with some good choke points. But Frey is normally quite a defensive god, so we'll see what happens there. Whereas Kronos is as aggressive as gods get. So what I would expect to see from the Kronos is some kind of fast age up into some aggression. Then either keeping the aggression up or just retreating back, having 2 town centers after you've put on the pressure. But he's not going for a crazy fast advance time because he has got a mana out. I know there is a strat where you go up with, like, you know, hardly any villagers and a ridiculously fast advance time. But that one isn't happening, but it is basically everything to food. So that is quite fast. Oracle's having a scout, finds a berserk. What do we have here? Relic, more town center population. Useful for the late game, not really for early game. Pair of Golden Lions, very early game focused relic there. If he is going for some kind of early aggression, that is a really good one to have. It's just 2 free extra units. They're not very strong, but it's 2 more units than your opponent has, really. So temple going up. Looks like it's going to probably be some kind of like, I don't know the exact times of the Atlanteans because I don't play them very much. But I think it'll be some kind of like 3:45. Whatever version of that is for them. Or maybe just a 4-minute. Just a 4-minute clean advance. Not going for any crazy early aggression. Oracle's coming home as well. This one's going to sit by the pair of Golden Lions. As soon as he's got enough gold, like 65 gold or something, he'll be picking up that pair of Golden Lions nicely for himself. So, yeah. Decided not to click up. There he is, clicked up through Prometheus. No surprises there. Leto's not really picked. I think Leto might have been buffed in the most recent patch. I can't remember. But I think automatons do need buffing. This guy's getting a hero out. And this is actually played on the previous patch. So there's been a bit of an issue with the spectating on the current patch. So we've had to go back to the old patch. So this is like the patch from a week ago. And that, with all the balance changes that come with that. It also means I'm watching this live rather than getting to see what happens and then watching it back like I have done with some of the games. So no idea what this Kronos is going to bring. But how he's putting his villagers, it's looking like he's close to a second town center. So it looks like he could just be going for send the Prometheans in, get a bit of damage done to the Frey, and then get second town center. But it isn't a fast advance time though, so these early Prometheans aren't really going to do much. But time shifting your temple is free, so why not? That was going to go straight back home. Yeah, as I said it, he might get a little bit of damage off here, but there are going to be hearses. Hearses, just, you are going to make those. Even the Valkyrie probably doesn't win against 2 of them, but with a bit of micro we'll be able to take down some HP. And yeah, this guy Eystein the Wicked is going to come. Eystein the Wicked is going to come and get those Prometheans out. But you might as well. You don't want to sit these 2 Prometheans back in your base, so you might as well send them forward. This guy's going to go down, but the little offspring will be able to run away. I think they'll have more speed. They have 6 speed, 5.5 speed, so they're both going to go down as well. Unfortunate, but this is just enough distraction to get your settlement up. It's also got a mana next to it, so that it builds quicker. That's Kronos' unique bonus. And I think Kronos is a slept-on pick currently. I don't think he's got much tournament play, which is quite interesting, considering I would class him as quite a strong god. It's just, with all the time shifts and stuff, you've really got to think about what you're doing and know what you're doing. Golden Lions out. Should they have 15 attack? Okay, 6.8 per second. So their attack just is very, very slow. And I say like 15 attack is ridiculous. But 6.8 makes more sense. Like a militia, kind of. And now we're just going to be sitting back, going for counter barracks. So what you normally do if you're in this kind of position is you're building 2 lots of villagers. So if you want to build some early units, you're not going to be able to afford to get Mamillo out because it's just too much food. So you just go double counter barracks, get your Terma out, try and put on some pressure, do some raids, and that's that sort of thing. Also got some oracles out. Is he getting extra oracles? Because one of Kronos' unique benefits is he does get resources back when he loses a myth unit. So it's just really good when you get extra favor gatherers out. Oh, he's getting a hero out to deal with this Valkyrie. When you get the extra oracles out, you can just get so many myth units, go full Prometheans. Prometheans with Terma is a really good combo. Prometheans to take down the raiders, Terma to run around, deal with everything else, especially the hero ones. But unfortunately, there are some raiders here. I mean, he can get just a couple of catapulties. He won't be able to get many though, because like we say, that he needs that food income. So what is he actually heroizing here? Because he's heroized 2 things so far. He's heroizing Oracle, so he does want that favor in. He isn't going for the strat where you heroize citizens. No, he is. Because you get that unique upgrade from Prometheus, so these are just going in for a little raid. They're free units, why not? So the Prometheus tech, he doesn't have a granary up. So actually we can't see that, or an economic guild. But if you get hero citizens out, you can get this upgrade, which basically boosts everything for them from Prometheus, which is really good to use your Valor on. Oh, unfortunately, Terma getting caught out, and the Raiders are going to take those down so quick. Hopefully he doesn't lose any. He can use Valor on one to get it back up to full HP, but the Valor isn't actually up yet. That's one part about Valor that isn't used very much, but it needs to get those Terma back. But the Catapulties will absolutely shred through Raiding Cavalry because they have a pretty big bonus here of 4x times 6, quite a lot. And he's actually managing to get quite a few of those out now. He's managed to get more villagers on the food. Got 11 villagers on food, which is quite a lot. Well, he'll be able to get those out. Nice micro there to try and get these out of the mana, because the mana can only get two villagers in there. And he's forced to actually farm. I'm surprised he hasn't moved over to this side. Just something where maybe you would... If he takes the wood villagers off here, there's no wood villagers this side. Just something that you can do with Atlanteans is, say you had wood villagers here, you could just move them over to this food. Then these food ones move over to wood and you'd be absolutely fine. But looks like all the wood gatherers are here. That's the thing about doing some kind of strat like a 2-town center play on an open map with not much resources. When the resources are gone, you're just kind of sitting there, need to farm. Not good. But he is seeing here that the Frey player probably isn't on 2-town centers. Be very unlikely with this amount of units as well. Really nice forest fire, actually, to force the wood gatherers off. There were so many of them. Terms can't jump into the town center, but the other ones can. So you're just going to have to run away. Cavalry normally can't run in. There are certain ones that can. It's a little bit funny. But the idle time that Ulysses is causing now is pretty big. But he is on 2-town centers, is Kvoth, so he does have the pressure there. Fortunately, just doesn't have the pressure. He has the value there, but doesn't have the pressure of having the units out. Nice little shank action. Catapulties will do some serious work. Hero citizens do actually do some decent damage to myth units, so if any of those come in, then any Valkyries, you can definitely turn around and hit those. Mana's coming in. It'd be nice to just see a little wall up. It's something that Atlantean players don't do, because on Legacy they cost so much, because citizens were 3 villagers rather than 2, so doing a wall would just cost so much. But now it's just worth it. Like, you're just going to lose so many from just a cost of a tiny little wall would really go a long way. Ulysses' army is absolutely huge, and Kvoth needs to really be worried about it. Maybe getting watchtowers, coming back to his base when he can. So if he forces these out, these can all run back to this side, get some buildings around. Even time shifting your buildings, if you could just time shift a building in front somewhere when there's no units around. The only thing is, if you time shift it while there's units around, it can get destroyed pretty quickly. But he is assuming he does have the villager lead, and this is really nice to sneak some citizens up here to get he's actually getting the food over there. But whenever you can sneak citizens around as the 2-town center player, you absolutely need to do it, because you need to find the advantage somewhere. Wow, you need to find the resources somewhere, basically, because as we said, the resources like this, like 13 villagers all on this wood line is not what you want. I'm surprised he's not spread them around, to be honest. Even the ones from this town center are going over there. But Ulysses is looking around trying to get the oracles. Oracles are actually quite safe, which is good next to watchtowers. Surprised he's not building more. Kronos definitely wants to build more. But we do have the medium catapulties in now to defend citizens here. Really nice plan. It looks like he has managed to defend, which is nice. So now he can start to get those Prometheans out and put on the pressure. Now he's got a decent sized army. But the enemy player, unless he's gone to the heroic age, should have a bigger army than you if he's just been spamming army. So that is something you've got to keep in the back of your mind there. But the basically pure horse... Oh no, there's loads of throwing axemen out, which is really nice for Kvoth because Terma do counter the throwing axemen. They have 4 times damage against them. And Terma are really fast, so you can do a shot, move out the way, do another shot. And Terma are really good units if you've got some good micro. If you've played something like some MOBAs, then you might have some good micro where you can hit and run. Second town center coming up for the Frey player. Kind of more, almost more to get some just map pressure, taking Kvoth's forward town center. But these units still need to be a little bit... I'm surprised there's just no building up here. Like, why wouldn't you? There's no reason not to. Farms coming up next. These watchtowers. He is also getting the food up here, which is nice. Looks like he's trying to go up to the next stage. He wants to go through Hyperion. Unfortunately, these manas are just getting caught. Some nice little micro tricks, but he might lose one of these because it's just something that you really need to move around a lot to be able to get this. So many dying donkeys, which is normally what I like to hear, but not when we're spectating a Kronos player. One of the best noises in the whole of Age of Mythology is one of these donkeys going down. Absolutely love it. Really low units here on the side of the Frey. And the thing is, though, the Frey is... The longer the game goes, the better it is for the Frey player. So if you remain even, then you basically let the Frey get all his upgrades in, and that's when it starts to be a little bit worrisome. Not 12 minutes in though, absolutely fine for now. Managed to get the elephant, which is 750 food. Gets that, sneaks back. 2 villagers sat in here. Hopefully he notices those. Maybe sometimes it doesn't come up on the idle villagers, but he notices that. Nice to see spreading his wood line out as well. Yeah, this is it. The really safe wood line. No one's going to come back here, and if they do, you can really catch them in with... You could just do a random time shift here, and that would be a load of dead horses there. I think he's managing to catch some of these cavalry out. Not quite, but I would say that Kvoth is now in a very good position. He did lose quite a lot of villagers, but you would assume that he is ahead of the Frey player anyway, because his town center was like 5 minutes later. Hyperion through as well. Hyperion gives Chaos. Chaos is so strong. Satyr is so strong. He's got 1,200 wood in the bank. Probably wants to drop down a load of farms. Why not? Or he just needs to get on a gold mine. So one actually really good point with this town center here is this gold mine is a little bit more under pressure because they've just got so many more units here. So Kvoth decided to get this gold mine here, which is a really good idea. Just get out the way of the enemy player. Palace up, should be nice and defensive. Loads of raiders coming in, but all of the counter units, 14 Mamillo, and he had all of those catapulties. Used the chaos here to kill absolutely every last one of them, but there was a little bit of an escape there. I wondered why he did that, because I thought he was blocked up against the water, but he absolutely wasn't. So it was a nice chaos to be able to kill some more of those. But you kind of want to use it on counter units. It's really good on a group of like throwing axemen, because they all have bonus damage against each other, and they all attack each other, and you tear them down really, really quickly. Random Shield Maiden Valkyrie attack here. They are so strong, but Valor is out, means you don't have to wait for the hero conversion. Just some sneaky raids coming along, but Catapult is in. Loads of throwing axemen here against the Terma. Terma are going to absolutely love that, and manages to push Ulysses off of the gold mine that he's half mined. But the thing is, the Ulysses does have so much map pressure with this town center, so this gold mine will be easy to swing onto. But it still causes the idle time, which is nice to see. It'd be nice if Kvoth could get more villagers up to this gold mine, but it's going to be a bit of a trek to actually get up there. Or maybe drop a palace down here to be able to secure that one, or even some walls over here or something like that. It looks like he just wants to attack one place. So he's just going up here. I mean, look at this. This is what Frey does, right? He gets upgrades on upgrades on upgrades. Surprised that Hand Axe is coming out so late, to be honest. But he's just getting all the upgrades because they're so cheap. They take so long. So what are we going for? We're going for Arcus, Destroyer to push some of these buildings. Really nice. Getting some Shaft Mine, Hand Axe, Heavy Infantry. Rock Giant is out. Rock Giant is a ridiculously strong unit. You need some heroes out, or you just need to ignore it. The thing is, though... Oh, and we are seeing the Tempest here. Tempest is kind of like a Frost, where it just slows all the units down and stops them in there. What he decided to do was just sack some of the units, run everything else out. Probably the best thing that you can do there. Distract some of the units that are there to attack them, and then not lose as many as you could have if you just decided to turn and fight. Unfortunately, overstaying with these Prometheans, so we will lose a little bit more than he needed to, but that's probably as well as he could have mitigated that, to be honest. Just because Tempest can be very, very strong if you get a big group of units, and his units would have been slowed down, would have been taunted, would have been hit by those throwing axemen. Whoops. And here we go. We've got heavy Terma coming in, which will be really nice considering how many how many throwing axemen there are. Arcus and Terma, really nice to counter that. He is managing to get more gold miners up here, which is good too, and he's going to secure this gold mine. Unfortunately, it's half done. But it seems like the map's kind of going to be split this way, and Kvoth will want to be getting this town centre so he doesn't lose out. But this is basically Ulysses' town centre. We're seeing Next Age thought about resource-wise. His economy is very, very strong. He's full villagers currently. Doesn't have many heroes out, and there are 4 myth units, so he really wants to get more heroes. He literally has 1. Just if you hit your hero hotkey while spectating, then you'll be able to see, and hero hotkey is something that you should really want. Unfortunately, all his units were grouped up, and against those rock giants with really nice chaos on the back line against those throwing axemen. Would have been nice if he just got those, because it lasts longer if it's on less units. So if he just did it on this throwing axeman ball, would have been able to take out all of them. But still, not a bad play, there. But the rock giants taunt did some serious work. But wants to come up and fight by this palace, or just run some of the units away so he can get some more out down here. And unfortunately, that'll push back his mythic timing because he needs to get all the units back that he just had then. This fight isn't too great. He needs to bring some more units out, but he is killing all the backup straggler units that are coming through. But unfortunately, losing more than he's killing off. And the rock giants are just so strong. Needs to get lots of heroes out. Heroes are coming. Hero Arcus. Still hasn't got any more favor gatherers, any more oracles. That's it, oracles. I think I've forgotten their name twice. Like, he's got so many resources. Why not just spam out 10? Like right now, literally just queue up maximum, spread them around the map, put one here, one here, one here, one here. Like, why not? But it looks like it's because he's going up through Atlas now. But still, I mean, I don't know. I would like to have. I mean, you'd want to use Chaos again. You want Satias out. You want heroes. And he's only got 27 favor in the bank. And it'd be nice to get a little bit more. Does he have any destroyers? Doesn't have any destroyers. So this hill fort is going to be a little bit troublesome. Also, this army is really, really scary. He's got so many throwing axemen that deal so much damage. But he can just sit back, wait for his Atlas to come in. Atlas, this is on the last patch, so Implode is ridiculous. So it would clear up most of these units, to be honest. Apart from the Myth units, probably wouldn't kill those off. But the throwing axemen, the Jarls, the Hersa, they're all going to die. So he just needs to sit around for basically just over a minute. Just do some kind of dance for just over a minute. Use it there, especially if it's right next to the hill fort. Hill fort goes down, everything dies. And that is what he's banking on here. So yeah, this is pre-nerf. So I don't know the hack damage for it, but currently the Atlas Implode does 40 divine damage, and during this patch it's 50 divine damage, so just 10 extra damage that ignores armor. Coming over here to try and grab this settlement. I assume it's just some kind of bait to bait in the Atlas. That's something that I've seen from Kvoth's games, where he's very good at baiting in people for the exact timings. So I'm hoping that he's got his eye on the timer there. Really nice deconstruct. Hasn't used the deconstruct yet, so it didn't cost anything. but he's got about 20 seconds left on this Atlas, so if he can just run away just in time to drop this Atlas down. He's actually getting the settlement up. It looks like the Ulysses isn't actually committing to the town center. Oh, no. Now throwing Axeman in. Throwing Axeman going to tear that down so quick. Oh, no, but manages to keep it. Atlas about five seconds away. Going to use it right here, right on this rock giant. Boom. Actually just behind, so he also can't run away. If he wants to run away, he has to run into the army. Much better position. You can tell that I'm not the Atlantean player, but these will all go down. Look at the population for Ulysses. Absolutely crazy. Does destroy his town center, but it had like 2 HP anyway. But in comes the big wolf. Going to take down the palace, maybe? No. I kind of like using it on units a little bit better to disperse some units. It doesn't quite kill off things. It isn't like an earthquake. I feel like it does more damage to units. But in comes the Fafnir, and Fafnir gets taken down very, very quickly by any heroes. How many heroes are out? There's only 5 heroes out, so this Fafnir is going to get some serious value. So he's using Argus here. He's got more Argus, which is a really strange pick because this is pre-Argus buff. Because Argus, before this, I mean, they got buffed to either deal more damage or their AoE does quicker or something like that. But before this patch, they were useless. So it's a little bit of a strange choice, but still managing to get his town center up. You would assume by now that Ulysses is going to have his 3rd town center back there. But we'll need to take this Fafnir down because he'll get a boost of 300 gold. Need to just get those Arcus heroes on that. So much queuing up. Loads of Murmillo. Deciding to go basically pure Murmillo and Fanatics. Fanatics great against Norse because they want to have lots of inventory out. The only thing is the throwing Axemen are going to do some serious damage, but we do have 17 Arcus, so I mean that isn't really a problem. Let's just see what kind of upgrades he's going for. So he wants Champion Arcus, because Arcus do some serious damage. Fortified Town Centers coming in to get some more population. He needs to kind of wait for his army to spawn in. He does have that relic to get more population. So when he gets Fortified Town Centers in, he's going to have way more population than his opponent. I believe that relic was 4 per town center, so it's going to be 12 extra population, which is 6 units, which can sway a fight, to be honest. 6 extra units is quite a lot. 6 extra archers, some serious DPS. Destroyers coming in for a little raid here on the town center. Not going to kill it off. You need quite a few to be able to do that, especially because the villagers could just come and shank. Unfortunately, just throwing away some units here. Surprised to not see some walls up, try and secure this gold mine for later on. But he does have 3 kind of half-mined gold mines. Keeping this back one here rather than doing that one first. Just so if he gets pressured off these 2, he can drop back, which is really, really nice. Just built this naked town center. Not got much around it. Not even got villagers around it. Oracle chilling in the corner. Oracles can get line of sight off of the map, and they still get the exact same amount of favor in. Huge fight coming on here. How many heroes does he have now? Has not very many heroes, but there aren't very many myth units, so it's absolutely fine. You can just ignore this Bergreezy and attack everything else. Legendary Jarl in, so there's not many Jarl. I'd say a lot Jarl upgrades. I mean, Freyr's gift gives them more hit points. Maybe that's it. Or the thundering hooves, giving them more speed. But Jarls aren't really something that we see. Jarls with Ring Giver, the Njord tech, where it gives them more HP and then better damage versus myth units. That is a decent tech, which makes them okay. But without that, I mean, they do have 300 HP with that Freyr's gift. So maybe that is the play. He's trying to get as many fanatics as he possibly can. 2 times damage versus range, so 2 times damage versus throwing axemen, 2 times damage versus the Jarls. So if he can get loads of palaces out, that is definitely the play. All 3 palaces are getting multiple fanatics out. If he can drop another palace down, he has got a lot of wood in the bank. If he could sell some of that, get some more palaces down, they could do some serious damage to everything basically that Ulysses is building. But he's just going to go all in on this town center. Knows that the units aren't really around, so hopes he can snipe this town center. But Ulysses' reaction is fine. Huskulls are in too, but the fanatics will also shred down those too. Just needs to try and get as many of those out as he possibly can. I mean, we can now see 247 population against 235. So that is a really nice late game relic, as we said right at the beginning. Hillfort can get can go down really, really quick. He should have so many armory upgrades. He's got the first line of armory upgrades, and then the second line is coming in. You don't really need Pierce armor against them. Really huge chaos here to just trap the units in place. They're not really doing that much damage to each other, but it's just that they can just sit there in place. But I'm surprised he wouldn't want to build maybe some satyrs or get some more heroes out, because he was going to be fighting these units anyway. They weren't going to be running away. Really nice play to get the Huskarls on the back, but Huskarls still take the extra damage, the 1.25 damage from the Arcus. Nice takedown of the hill fort there, using the favor for something else. He started to get more favor gatherers out. There they are. 25 minutes in, gets another one in. Destroyers want to come out from these palaces. Has he got more palaces out? No, only has a 3, but he is doing well here. Can turn and burn all of these Jarls with basically all of his units except the Arcus. But the Jarls don't have extra damage. Oh, and here comes the Mythic Age Golem Bursty. You just run. This is a ridiculous unit. He looks like a Myth unit, but he is a hero. And he'll basically one-shot everything during the Mythic Age. Ridiculously strong God power. It costs 300 to reuse in the Mythic Age. 114 attack. 126 damage per second. Just stupid. Just run away. Kind of, to be honest, maybe overstepped considering Golem Bursty was still a thing. Unless that's what he was trying to do all along, was bait out the Golem Bursty. But really well played actually by Ulysses there to get it. And this is where the Frey is kind of going to take over. All these upgrades are going to be in. It's even going for Secret of the Titans. And Kvoth needs to get back, regroup, get up to his 247 population of hopefully mostly fanatics, which should be a bit of a task with the only 3 things there. Because he also needs to get some siege weapons out to destroy these watchtowers. This is definitely going to go down. This is also being pressured. I mean, this Golem Bursty is still alive. I should have just kept it on the fortified town center. That would have gone straight down with the Golem Bursty there. Looks like he's losing this side. Is he going to be struggling from this side as well? Managing to dive the ballista, which is the best thing to do. They do a lot of damage. They're very glass cannon. They do a lot of damage, but you can take them down really, really quickly. 20 hack armor and 94 hit points. And Ulysses manages to take this one. So I think he played it really well early. Really nice time on the implode. Also, quite good army composition, to be honest. Trying to get the champion fanatics out. Maybe just didn't have enough palaces down to get more of them out. And didn't pay enough attention down this side. And then just one overstep with the Golem Bursty down. Unfortunately, lost it there. And maybe just some more favor. Maybe just some more favor gatherers. You know, why not? Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.